Good morning from Whitstable, and this is the Oysterman Triathlon. So here today in Whitstable for the Oysterman Triathlon. Why Oysterman and what is it? So Whitstable is famous for its oysters, grown right off the coast here in northeast Kent, and hence Oysterman, play on obviously the legendary Ironman brand. It's a sprint triathlon, 500 metre sea swim in that beautiful sea course behind me, 20k ride on local country roads around East Kent, and then a 5k run right along the seafront here. So it's a stunning course. It's a bit technical. The bike course is a bit twisty, probably not the fastest. A few little junctions to contend with. Would prefer if that was a little more straightforward, but the swim and the run certainly are stunning right along the seafront here. Beautiful day for it, as you can see. Sun's out already, and sea's like a mill pond, so it's going to be good. So time to get to transition, get racked up, and I'll be back later, let you know how it went. Well, now a few days after race day, and time to look back, reflect a little bit on how it all went. Enjoyed today. Do love the Oysterman event. For a small local event, yeah, it's great. I love it. I don't think it's too far wrong. As I mentioned earlier, the bike course is, there's a few little elements I prefer weren't there. A little bit twisty turny, a couple of crossovers, but making use of the local area, it is great. And the swim course out in the sea, and then the run course along the seafront, love it. It's brilliant. So this year was an odd one. I didn't really know how I was going to do, and I come off the back of COVID. Had that about a month before the race, so that obviously threw more planning into a complete disarray. My original plan this year was to be able to do the Leeds WTCS, train hard for that. That was Olympic distance. And then come off the back of that strong and aim to beat last year's Oysterman time and improve on my performance. Obviously with COVID, everything just went back 10 paces. So it was really more about regrouping. Have I got the strength to do a triathlon? Can I get up to speed to put in a reasonable showing and also not harm myself? Thankfully that was the case. I was able to do that, but I kind of cleared all my objectives. I forgot about trying to beat last year's time rather, and really just go in and try and get around and have a good day, enjoy it. And I did enjoy it. So that's one big tick in the box. So times, let's talk times. This year I went round in 1 hour 40:11. And last year's was 1:37:27. So it's 3 seconds slower than last year. And bear in mind, last year was my first sprint triathlon. So with all the COVID recovery and all that in mind, actually I'm pretty happy with that. To be fairly comparable to last year, yeah, I'll take that. Let's break it down a little bit though. So this year my swim 16:53 for the 500 metre sea swim compared to 11:55 last year. So much slower, but there was much stronger current this year. The course is a U-shaped course. We come off the beach along, and then come back in again. As we were coming along, and particularly on that return leg, you could see we were just getting dragged away. You could see the groins on the beach, and you could see where the finish, the exit ramp was next to that. And we were just getting dragged the opposite direction. In fact, the actual beach crew had to get some of the safety team in the kayaks out to come and marshal people who may not have been sighting and spotting that as much. So there was this constant battle trying to get back along and get lined up. So definitely the current played a factor there. T1 gets a bit better. 4:29 playing 5:56 last year. So I was about a minute and a half up on last year. Happy with that. I've been trying to work on transition a bit more. It's one area I do faff a bit. So I've been trying to speed that up a little bit. So pleased with that. Ride 42:08 this year, 41:43 last year. So yeah, pretty close, just a few seconds slower. So again, from where I am off the back of COVID, really happy with that. T2, 2 minutes this year, 2:15 last year, so a little bit quicker again. So again, my transition did pick up a bit better there, got through a little bit faster. So that was good news. Run I'm really pleased with actually when I look at this comparison. 34:38, playing 35:36 last year. So almost a minute quicker this year than last year. Now run's my weakest discipline. I always struggle and find it the hardest. So to be down on fitness and having just completed most of a sprint triathlon to then come back out and shave a minute off last year's time, I'm really pleased with. So yeah, overall 3 minutes slower, but I think with that sort of analysis in mind, overall really pleased, really happy with that. So yeah, I think lots to build from. I'm certainly coming back stronger all the time off the back of COVID. I'm feeling stronger, my training's going well. So the last events this year will be Race to Sun Lake District, which is a 60k bike ride, a 3k canoe, and then a 16k hike around and up Skiddaw in the Lake District, fourth highest mountain in England. Quite a lot of height gain, obviously, on the hike and the bike as well. So we've got that, and then it's the virtual London Marathon, which I'm running around East Kent just a couple of weeks after that. That's the events this year. Next year, at the moment, still seeing what's coming out, seeing what events fancy. Probably try and stick to some local ones. I have got one big one booked. 70.3 Outlaw Woburn. Big step up. Furthest I did was this year with the Olympics. A big step up to 70.3. Really looking forward to that. Lots of training planned through the winter to help put me in a really good launching spot from next year when I start stepping up properly. So lots going on. I'm going to try and keep some more triathlon content going on the channel. So if you want to hear more about some of the stuff I get up to, and I'll try and drop in maybe some hints and tips videos around some of the race info, please drop a like and subscribe. Anything you want to hear from us. Any particular tips or things that you wonder how I got on, how I learned certain things in triathlon. I'm a couple of years into sort of my triathlon journey. And as the name of the channel implies, Adventures of an Average Guy. You know, I'm a family man, working, professional worker. So triathlon's my hobby. It's what I do to as a source of fun, but also to keep it healthy, keep it fit. So anything you want to know that I've had to learn this last couple of years, bung it in the comments below. We'll see about a video for it. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video.